Hey, it's Taylor, and welcome to Defender Control. Now, this is probably the most important video in the entire series because you're going to learn exactly how to read and react to the defense. Now, the best scorers in history, Kobe Bryant, Michael Jordan, all these players have this skill, okay? You need to be able to read and react to the defense, to be able to control the way that they move, and then react accordingly. Now, we're going to show you all the reactions, all the ways that the defense can move, all the ways you want the defense to move, and we're going to show you how to control the flow of the game using Defender Control. So let's jump right into this presentation. It's very, very important, so pay close attention, and we'll get right into it right now. Okay, so let's get into Defender Control, and this is really all about how to make the defense look silly on the basketball court, because that's what it's all about, right? If you can control your defender, play them like a puppet, like all these players, you know, Kobe, Michael Jordan, all these players can do that. If you can really work the defense, you're going to be able to score points at will. So I want to get across a really important point that I learned early on in my career. You control your defender, or your defender controls you. All right? If you don't control your defender is going to make you walk all over the court wherever they want you to. If they want you to back up, turn your back to the basket, and put you in a bad scoring position, they will make you do it unless you control them. If they want to make you shoot, you have to control your defender, all right? No matter what, that's the bottom line, or your defender will control you. The entire game is a tug of war on control, and you need to come out on the with the upper hand. So let's talk about a few rules of effective defender control first. I want to get this across right away because it's kind of a misconception. When I say defender control, some players think that I'm saying like you have to force all these different things. You have to force your defender to do something that they don't want to do. And sometimes taking what they give you is being in control. Because if you just take what they give you, if they give you too much room, if they give you a certain lane, if they give you an open side of the floor, sometimes taking that open space is being in control, all right? You're just calmly making them pay. If they give you too much room, just knock it down on their face, all right? Sometimes taking what they give you is being in control. Don't force anything, all right? Just calmly read and react to the defense and use the correct reactions, okay? So read where they are, react to where they are using the correct reactions, and control the way that they move on the court. You will be very, very successful as long as you don't force it too hard. So let's talk about, first of all, controlling and reacting, and then gaining control. So this is what we're going to go over in this video. First of all, controlling and reacting comes down to really 5 key reactions that you want to get your defender doing. All right, these are the things that you're looking for in a defender. So you know when they're moving fast in one direction, when they're leaning, when they're caught behind you, when their hands are down, and when they're scared. You know exactly what to do in those situations. You know how to make them move fast in one direction. You know how to make them lean, and so on. And you also know what to do yourself in reaction to that movement. We'll talk about all 5. All right, we're also going to talk about 3 very, very key situations where your defender might try to gain control over you, and how you can take back that control. All right, so they're going to crowd you, or they're going to give you room, or they're going to force you excessively in one direction. We're going to show you exactly how to stop them from doing that and how to take back the control. So let's first talk about controlling and reacting. Again, just a quick overview. They're going to either move fast in one direction, they're going to lean backwards, forwards, or to one side. They're going to get caught behind you with their hands down, or they're going to become just scared of you. All right, and there's a reaction for that as well. So let's get into, first of all, when they move fast in one direction. And your defender is going to try to beat you to the spot, right? They're going to move as fast as they can, as fast as they perceive you to be moving. So this comes in situations where you're obviously attacking the basket. The defender is going to either try to keep up or try to beat you to the spot, and you have to basically sell them on the fact that you're moving to that spot. Okay, so when you sell them on the fact that you're moving to that spot, they're going to try to beat you to that spot, and that gives you two opportunities. The first one is either stop and pull up, okay, and they go flying by you and you get space to shoot, or you're going to change your direction and attack. They're going to go flying by you. You're just going to calmly change direction, attack the opposite side, and all of a sudden you got 5 feet of room to operate. All right. This is a quick way to make them look real silly on the floor if they're moving too fast in one direction. All you do is change pace, change direction, or stop and pull up, and they'll go flying by you, and you will score a real quick basket. All right, so that's moving fast in one direction. Watch for it. When your defender does that, you know exactly what to do. Second, they're going to lean. All right, you can make them lean with various jab steps. You can make them lean forwards for the ball. You can make them lean to one side with jab steps, and it all comes down to where you position your body and how they perceive you attacking. All right, if they perceive that you're attacking them or they perceive you're attacking one side, they're going to lean, all right, to try to cover that angle. And you're always going to attack the opposite of the defender's lean. So you're going to go opposite the lean. All right, so if they're leaning back on their heels, what's the opposite, right? It's shooting. So they go back, you go, they go back in one direction, let's say north and south. So they go south, you go north, you shoot. If they lean horizontally, they lean to the right, you go left. They lean to the left, you go right. It's very, very simple. Anytime that the defender leans, you lean to the opposite side. And the way you make them lean is through various jab steps. So if you're jabbing to the right, you're going to jab to the right, they're going to lean to the right, and then you're going to attack to the left. If you jab to the left, they're going to lean to the left, you go to the right. If you pump fake, they'll lean forward or even jump sometimes, right? If you pump fake, we'll show you more ways to actually make them lean or make them move fast in one direction or make them react this way in powerful perimeter moves, because that's the segment where we really get into some dangerous moves where you can make them look real silly. But this is what you want them to do. You want them to lean. You're going to attack opposite the lean. Next, they're going to get caught behind. You always want to get the defender pinned behind you whenever possible. And again, powerful perimeter moves will show you how to do this, but right now what you're going to do is get them behind you whenever possible. And the obvious reaction here is to attack the hoop as fast as you can. All right, examples of this are, on backdoor. They're going to get caught behind when you drive and really beat them to the spot. They'll get caught. And this is giving you an opportunity to obviously attack the hoop. So if they're caught behind you, attack the hoop. The next is hands down. If you're a shooter, you always want to look for the defender's hands to drop. If the defender's hands drop at any time, even if they're close to you, if they drop, you shoot the ball. All right. If you don't know how to shoot, learn quickly, because it's the most important skill. But that is score. If their hands drop, you shoot the ball right away, no matter what. All right, make them pay for dropping their hands. If they close out with their hands down, shoot it in their eye and make them never do that again. And see where this leads to. Okay, if they're never dropping their hands, if they come out with their hands up, that gives you an opportunity to just cut off that angle. So if their hand goes up, you just attack the side where the hand's up. It leaves a wide open gap for you to attack. You blow by them, and it's an easy 2 points. Okay, so if their hands come down, shoot it. If their hands are up, go by. Now, this is what's really going to happen at the end of the day, right? If you're diversifying where you score, if you score, anytime you score on a defender, really, their level of anxiety rises. It's embarrassing to get scored on, and they become more and more afraid of your movements. And there's a couple, it's simple to say, if they're scared, just crush them. And that's the case, right? And, Kobe Bryant and Michael Jordan are the two masters at this, at getting opponents really fearful of their game and just making them, every little twitch their defender jumps at, and they can easily just control the flow of the entire game. But there's a few specific reactions you have to look for. So if you've scored in one single way all game, right? If you've been shooting, or if you've been driving all game, they're going to get scared of your shot, or they're going to get scared of you driving by them. So key into that, all right? See when they're kind of scared that you're going to shoot. If they're scared you're going to shoot, they're going to get their hands up. They're going to try to block your shot. So just drive by them. Do the opposite. And that's when, you've scored in a couple multiple ways. Continue mixing it up. Always keep them on their toes. Never really let them know what you're going to do next. And remember to score in bunches. All right. So always have them scared that you can score in any way, you could score at any time, and you can just go off whenever you want. Okay. So when they're scared, you need to absolutely crush them. And you'll see, because they'll be coming out as fast as they can with their hands up, or they'll be coming out, scared that you're going to drive around them. They might back off a few feet, and that's when you make them pay. So you need to learn how to score in all those situations and really crush them if they get scared. Now, let's kind of overview what we've learned right now. So controlling and reacting to the defense, there's really 5 reactions that we're looking for. We're getting them moving fast in one direction, we're getting them leaning, we're getting them caught behind us, we're getting them their hands to go down, and we're getting them scared. So right now, let's talk about gaining control back. And again, one-on-one matchups are a tug of war of control. Both players are looking for control, and if you don't control your defender will control you. So always keep control of the matchup. Never let your defender feel that they can push you where they want you to go. They can't crowd you and make you back up. You just jab them off and create that space for yourself. You get back that control. Tell the defender where to go, or they will tell you always. All right, that's the key. So regaining the control, there's 3 typical ways that defenses will try to control you. First of all, the defense will be crowding you. All right. If you're a shooter, this might happen, or if they're a good defender and they don't want you to get by, they might crowd you entirely and try to make you back up away from the basket. They might also back up excessively if they don't think you can shoot, and they think they're controlling you, right? Just making you shoot the basketball. They might also try to force you in one direction too excessively. Okay, so these are the 3 things that you have to look for, because if a defender does this, you need to regain that control. You need to make them pay. So let's talk about crowding and how to overcome this. So if they crowd you, if they feel that you're a weak ball handler maybe, and they can crowd you and steal the ball, or that they're quicker than you, or if you're just a great shooter, you need to either jab to the outside, to their outside foot, or to the middle. All right, the middle right between their feet to create in one direction, get them backing up a little bit. Okay, so when you jab to the middle of their feet, what are they going to do? They're going to move back, right? They're going to jump back because you just hit the midline of their body. They have no choice but to jump back. In that case, look to shoot. Okay, so look to shoot. Whether you go up and actually shoot the ball is it doesn't really matter. Either way, you're going to look to shoot. So that means look at the basket, pretend you're shooting, get that pump fake in the air. All right, so get that pump fake up, because they're reacting to you now. All right, they've jumped back. So what you got to do is go up, pretend you're shooting. If they aren't going to come and guard you, shoot the ball, hit it, make them pay. If they do, they're going to jump so fast at that pump fake that you're going to be able to blow by them, and make them look absolutely stupid. Okay, so if you have an opportunity to jab between their middle of their legs, right in between their legs as hard as you can, really hard and fast, they're going to jump back. They're going to be reacting to you. You pump fake up. They're going to jump, try to block that fake, and you just blow right by them. All right, they will not crowd you again if that happens. The other way is if you jab to the outside, if you jab to one of their feet, they're going to lean to one side, right? They're going to lean to the side that you jabbed. As soon as they lean, attack that opposite side right away. Fake opportunities. If you can pump fake, and again, look right away, they are going to jump at that pump fake. If they jump back, they're going to jump again at that pump fake. It's a rule, all right? It'll happen 9 times out of 10. So if you jab to the outside, attack the opposite side and drive. If you jab to the middle, pump fake, see if they jump. If they jump, go by. If they don't jump, shoot the ball. So that's how to overcome crowding from your defender. So let's talk about backing off. When a defender's backing off you too much, excessively, right? He's giving you too much room. And you'll see in that picture below is a perfect example of knowing your opponent. I'm standing well outside the NBA three-point line, right? But he is guarding me at the three-point line. And I'm a shooter, all right? That's what I do best. And he's guarding me inside that range. I'm going to shoot that ball all day. I'll take that shot all day. You need to do the same. So if your defender is foolish enough to give you room, knock down a bunch of shots in their face and make them guard you, make them crowd you, and then at that point you've got them beat, right? If they crowd you after
gonna
backing
jump,
off,
you go
jab, pump
and
fake,
then you got
they're
them
scared. So it's kind of a domino effect. But in any case, if they're backing off you, it's obvious. There's only one cure: knock down a ton of shots in their face. If you can't shoot, learn how to shoot, or you will never become a great shooter. You have to learn how to shoot, or sorry, become a great scorer. You need to become a great shooter to become a great scorer. So learn how to shoot if you can't shoot. But in any case, if they're backing off you, get that control back by knocking down a bunch of shots in their face. Next, they're going to be forcing you in one direction at one time or another, right? If they force you in one direction excessively, like in that top picture, look for a small gap between you and their lead foot. In that picture, in that top picture, there's no gap, right? I have no ability to attack that lead foot because he's got me kind of centered off. But in the bottom picture, he's got a lead foot and he's kind of crowding me, but there is that gap. I can get between that gap and attack that lead foot, and then I've got him beat. So always look for that small gap when they're forcing you in one direction. Now, if they're forcing you in one direction, they give you that gap, you need to, or sorry, if they're forcing you in one direction, they're not giving you that gap, you need to get the gap. All right, and you get the gap by attacking or jabbing at that open space. Okay, and the reason we jab at the open space is not because sorry, we only do this when they're, you know, crowding you like the and forcing you in one direction like that top picture. So if they're doing that, jab at the open space and not at their lead foot, because you want them to keep that lead foot position. So if you jab at that open space, they're going to back up just a little bit, but keep that lead foot. And in that case, you got the gap. You can attack the lead foot and blow by them.
Perfect score.
All right, it's an opportunity. When they're crowding you like that, don't get nervous, okay? Because you will score 2 points if you do it properly. So they're crowding you excessively, they're forcing you to one side, like in that top example. All you do is jab to one side. They're going to back up a little bit, but keep that lead foot. Then you dominate that lead foot and blow by it. If there's no gap, you jab hard at that foot to create the gap. If there is a gap, you attack the lead foot. So all we're trying to do is create the gap and then attack the lead foot. Create the gap and attack the lead foot. Now, another kind of advanced concept that you can use, and I use it quite a bit, is the cross-body jab step. And you're only going to use this if you're a shooter, if you know you're looking to shoot. So if you're doing this and you're looking to shoot and there's a small gap where you can get that cross-body jab in, all you're going to do is pivot, jab hard at that lead foot, make them open up. That hand, that lead hand, see in the bottom picture, that lead hand will go down. Very effective. You'll have space to use if they're forcing you in one direction excessively, and you can get a shot off really, really easy. 2 or 3 points in the bucket, you know, on the scoreboard. It's going to be really, really easy if you use that cross-body jab step. Next, you need to regain control. All right, I want to overview these 3 principles because this is the concept that you need to remember. Always keep control of your defender. If the defense is crowding you, okay, jab to create space and react, okay? Remember, if you jab them between their feet, they're going to back up. The next phase in that sequence is the pump fake. If they don't react to the pump fake, you just continue up into your shot. Okay? If they do react, they're going to jump, and they're going to jump quickly, so make sure you attack them. Okay, so if they crowd you, you've got them beat already. Jab between their feet, create that space, pump fake. If they jump, go by. If they don't jump, just smoothly transition into a shot. Also, if they're crowding you, jab to the outside foot, okay? If they're going to move to one side, and you just react to the other side and attack the other side. If they're backing up excessively, shoot the ball, period. If they're forcing you in one direction excessively, get the gap, okay? Attack the lead foot if you can, if you have that gap. Jab to the open space to create the gap, or cross-body jab step to get your open shot. Really simple. These things will help you regain control over the defense and really dominate your defender. Now, all these concepts, we can talk about them as much as we want in this video, right? But The key that you need to remember is you have to get out and play. It takes hours and hours of really practicing how you're going to control your defender and putting these principles into action in your own game. So use these principles. Go out, play one-on-one, play half court 3-on-3, and use these principles. Don't necessarily start off with 5-on-5 because you won't get enough of an opportunity. Ideally, you'd go out and play one-on-one. So try to find somebody to play one-on-one with. Keep an eye on what they do. Are they crowding you? Are their hands up? Are they forcing you in one direction? Are they backing off? You know what to do now. You know the reaction. Use what they're giving you, or use their positioning against them. Okay? Control them. Keep control of the game. Play one-on-one. Get out there. Get after it. And you will put these things to work in your game, and you will absolutely dominate. All right, so I wish you the best of luck. Get out, play one-on-one, use these principles, and control your defender. So get out there and play, and I will see you in the next video.